How would you describe your summer transferring in? What have you enjoyed so far here about being at Indiana State?
I describe it pretty fun, a lot of hard work. It's been exactly what I expected coming in, playing for Coach Shirts and being around familiar faces and stuff like that. So it's been very good.
For you personally, what was it about getting back with Coach Shirts that you look just most forward to?
Most forward I look about getting back to him was honestly just playing in the system and just being around familiar faces, I done played for 3 head coaches in 3 seasons, so it's been a hell of an adjustment for me all around the board. So just to see a familiar face I'm used with is something I really look forward to.
How can you use that experience of whether it's at DePaul or your former stopping grounds? What can you use from your past experience to help these guys right now?
What I can use from my experience is playing at a higher level, playing against tougher guys and more skilled coaches is just taking that here and qualifying it here and just pushing my teammates and just making them better and helping them make me better as well.
So many of the guys talk about the scheme and what they enjoy. What about the scheme did you miss that you're most looking forward to now being able to play in again?
The scheme I really miss the most is just a lot of movement. Back at DePaul, I didn't really move as much. I was more of a shooter, so now I'm in a lot more action, and that's something I'm really looking more to and getting more comfortable.
You mentioned seeing guys that you may be familiar with, of course, Jabo and Cam being former LMU guys. Has much really changed in terms of what Coach Shirts is doing, and maybe that helps your learning curve coming in and helping more guys learn this scheme?
Yeah, honestly, not much too changed from Coach Shirts from when I first encountered me a couple years ago. I mean, it's still the same scheme. It's just me getting acclimated and getting adjusted to it again. It's taking a lot longer than I expected, but yeah, I feel like his scheme is the same. I feel like, he expects the same out of everybody.
For those that haven't been able to see you play yet, what do you think you do well? What are some of your biggest strengths? How would you describe yourself as a player and what you're going to bring to the program?
I just ultimately want to just bring hard-nosed grit and a winning mentality all across the board. I feel like I can score the ball at multiple levels. I feel like I bring winning to my teammates, and I feel like I can be a leader at moments too. So that's something fans and a lot of people can look forward to me and hold me accountable for. And again, just ultimately winning. That's the main goal.
You mentioned the leadership side of it. I feel you weren't here, of course, a year ago, but there were very few voices that were maybe heard last year. How big do you feel like, man, like your voice has got to be heard? Not just because you have a lot of experience, but because it's needed.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize no communication is bad communication. So the more I talk, the more I can get my teammates to talk, the better we'll be off. And me having that voice obviously lifts everybody up, and I just try to take advantage of it day in and day out.
Games, of course, are still a little bit of ways away, Voss, but right now is a typical time to be optimistic because it is the summer. But what do you enjoy about your teammates now and what you guys have accomplished so far this summer? What makes you guys so optimistic and it seems like so eager to get to when the season's actually here?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. What makes us thoroughly optimistic, I would have to say our togetherness, our cohesiveness. I mean, we only been here for about three weeks, a little under a month, and we all feel like a family. We all feel like a brotherhood, and I feel like that's going to translate severely. And another thing I feel like is everybody putting the program first, and that's something that translates to winning as well, and just playing for each other and playing for the name, and that's just something that we can continue to do.
You've, of course, played at a very high level in the Big East at DePaul, but the Valley has a great reputation. What are you most looking forward to in playing in a league that is so competitive?
I just looking forward to competing, being on the upper hand of the bottom half. I look forward to being one of the best teams in the league. I look forward to competing at the highest level here and potentially competing for a championship. That's everybody's goal.
I know you guys are about to go into a little bit of a break, but what more do you want to accomplish this summer? What are some of your guys' goals and what you need to continue to improve on?
I think we need to improve on our defense, That's something you can never get too good at. I think that's something that we can definitely improve. And another thing I think we can improve on is just continue to build the culture, This is my first year here at ISU. This is Coach Shirt's second year here, so the culture is still being built. And I think having familiar faces and stuff like that will help our trend down the right direction.